What's up everybody, Chad here for a video that was requested by quite a few of our subscribers. So this one is going to be a little different from stuff that we've done. It isn't working on the truck any whatsoever, it actually has to do with the undercarriage. So we have had some people ask us how we take care of our undercarriages of our vehicles. You know, Toyotas are actually pretty notorious in the past for having a bit of a rust issue on the frames. And what we're going to be doing today is going to be somewhat of a way to mitigate that, and it does involve cleaning it with a degreaser and dressing up the undercarriage a little bit with something that will hopefully protect it. Short term or long term, I guess we'll see with this product, but I did get this box from the Chemical Guys. You all may have heard of them before. They were recently doing a sale on their website, and I definitely took advantage of that because I've heard some good things about the company and I wanted to try it out for myself. This video is not sponsored at all by them. I did pay for it with my own money. This is something here for the channel, and I was definitely interested in seeing how these different products would do. Now, I did order two different things, and with the sale that they were having, I was able to get it for a pretty good price. And even if there isn't a sale going on, the things that they do have on their website do come at a pretty reasonable price, I would say, personally. But anyhow, we'll show you what's going to be here in the box. I did already go through just to verify that the correct items were shipped to me, so we will take a look at that right now. So opening up the box here, as I said, I did already open it up to verify that the correct products were sent to me. You do have your packaging bubbles, and you do have the two products that I did order. So we have an orange degreaser and what they call a bare bones dark shine undercarriage protectant. So when you do look on the bottles of these, they do say whether or not they need to be diluted. This one in particular, the orange degreaser, does need to be diluted. The bare bones undercarriage protectant does not. You just spray that on, and I will show you the process of how you do both of these things with the Tacoma. So we'll hopefully see some good product usage here, and hopefully this will actually do exactly what it says. I'm going to read through the instructions before doing all this, and then I will talk you through it as we go. This is a first for me. I've actually never done this with my vehicle before, but this is for you guys, and I guess I am benefiting from it in some way here because I will have a nice looking undercarriage. So after reading through the directions on the back of the orange degreaser, it does say to dilute it to the desired strength. So obviously, if you use more of this with water, then the stronger the solution is going to be. If you use less of it, the less strength it's going to have. So what I'm going to do, I already did fill this up a little over halfway with water. What I'm doing isn't quite necessary to have quite a strong dilution between this and the water. I did already spray off my undercarriage, and it definitely doesn't have any more dirt or mud or anything like that underneath. So hopefully this will take care of some of the other stuff that did come off of the road. It has been rainy here recently, and you know, when it does rain, it does loosen up quite a bit of the oil and debris and whatnot on the road. So hopefully I can mix this solution together and see if it can really degrease it and hopefully get the undercarriage quite a bit cleaner before we dress it up with that signature series bare bones that Chemical Guys does provide. So when reading on the orange degreaser bottle from Chemical Guys, it does say to spray it on all of your undercarriage and let it soak for 40 to 60 seconds. I don't think it matters really how long you do it past that point. Obviously, when I do get around to all of it, there will be points where it's going to be on here much longer than a whole minute. So we are going to just go through the whole undercarriage, spray everything off as best we can, and then take it outside and rinse it off. As you can see, I used nearly all of it, and what this did for me was it was able to get all of the undercarriage with a little bit left over, and I was definitely not generous with it at all. I did spray everything I could, all of the frame, the axle, the half shafts, differentials, everything underneath that could possibly be exposed to the horrible things that do come up off of the road. Now this is something that I normally wouldn't do. Usually just spraying off the chunks of stuff is good enough for me, but again, this is for you all to see and for my own knowledge to know exactly how this product does and whether or not I'll be purchasing it in the future, as well as possibly helping some of you all out there do the same thing. So I'm going to take it outside, rinse it off, bring it back in, and then we're going to put on the bare bones dressing. So now that I'm back in the garage with the undercarriage all dried off, I am ready to apply the Bare Bones Dark Shine Undercarriage Protectant. So the instructions on the back do say to spray it on the desired parts. It can be anything on the undercarriage. It's safe for all rubbers, metals, plastics, everything like that, on everything on the undercarriage that you want, and let it sit and soak for 5 minutes. Now you can continue to spray the parts afterwards if it seems like there was not a desired finish. And it says that for the severely neglected parts that you will have to take an old rag or something and kind of work it in, and hopefully that will leave it with a long-lasting shine. So I'm going to go under here, spray things down, and see how things look afterwards. So out of the two things that we do have in the box, this stuff smells like grape. They didn't mention that, huh? Anyways, so out of the two things that I did purchase from Chemical Guys, this one does not have to be diluted any whatsoever. You do just kind of spray it around the undercarriage and hopefully get everything you want. And supposedly this is supposed to protect the undercarriage and keep grime and dirt and all the road grease and stuff that does come onto your vehicle over the time when you do drive it out on the road. So hopefully this grape formula here will keep things looking nice. Now that these parts have soaked for well over 5 minutes, I am just going to go over it with a rag because I probably sprayed a little too much and it is dripping some, so I am going to go over all the panels and parts and pieces of the frame and everything that I sprayed down and just kind of give it a once over, make sure it's not dripping a whole lot, and see how it looks. I'm really, really impressed with how it looks. If I didn't mention this already, this particular formula is oil-based, so as I did say, it does repel quite a bit of dirt, debris, and everything like that. And at the same time, it happens to make your undercarriage look pretty much like it did when it was new on the lot, because with the powder coating process of the frame and everything, it does have a very, very shiny look. And between the UV rays that reflect off of the ground and come back on up to your undercarriage, and getting dirty and getting wet and washed and everything like that, it does end up leaving your undercarriage, instead of being a nice shiny black like it was when it was brand new, it leaves it with this kind of dull gray color, which doesn't look horrible. Honestly, I'm not bothered by it, but this is one of their goals, is to kind of return it back to that nice shiny gloss black color, and at the same time protect some of these parts, which hopefully will be a long-term effect. So between the orange degreaser and the Bare Bones undercarriage protectant from Chemical Guys, I am really impressed with the look and finish of what happened underneath the undercarriage. And the steps were easy to follow. It's not something difficult to do. You do just have to take the time to do it. Now, as I said before, this isn't something that we normally do at all, but it was suggested by several of the subscribers over the course of the entire channel. as long as we've been around doing this with our trucks and everything, we have gotten suggestions of different things to do, and this was one of them, and we finally got around to doing it, and Chemical Guys definitely delivered on their promise, and everything does look really good underneath, and while it looks really oily and wet when you touch it, it is actually dry, which is really, really impressive. Usually, if something looks like that, it is in fact wet. So I did really, really like the use of these, and even though I was kind of surprised by the fact that this one smelled like grape, it didn't say that anywhere on there. I might have to look a little bit closer, but this one I knew definitely would smell like orange. So I guess when I do get to driving the truck around again, it might end up smelling kind of fruity when we do start it up and everything gets heated up. But if you did like this video, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel, because we do come out with content every week, and hopefully it is stuff that you guys will enjoy. And if you do have any suggestions for future car care related things that you would like us to do, please leave that in the comments below. We will read them, respond to them, and you might just see something on the channel in the future. Thank you all very much for watching. Have a fantastic week, everybody, and I'll catch you next time.